Like, why don't you feel like playing?
I just feel like I feel like a wounded deer. You know what I mean? Like a deer that like got shot a little bit in the arm. And it's like I'm gonna be okay, but I'm like healing. I don't know, I just feel kind of like beat up, you know? And most of the beating up has been just like the pressure I put on myself.
Yeah.
Come on down. That's a good girl. Alright. Alright guys, it is June 13th and Andrew and I are driving from San Diego to Las Vegas. But first, we gotta drop off the puppy.
No, we're gonna see you soon, don't worry.
We have the best dog grandparents ever. Oh, you're so cute.
How do you feel walking into the Rio? Do you feel all the excitement of the crazy buzz of the World Series of Poker, or is it more just like centered and calm?
I think at first, the first few weeks I felt all the excitement, and then as soon as I like started whiffing a couple tournaments, then I felt like maybe I need to get centered instead of just like caught up in all the craziness and the buzz.
As soon as that blast of cold air hits you, it's like, welcome to the World Series of Poker.
Having the last couple days just getting re-centered and why I'm doing what I'm doing and working on some things, I feel good now. I feel ready.
Okay, so how do you feel Kristy's gonna do for the rest of the series?
No matter how Kristy does, I feel sorry for anybody that's gonna have to sit at her table. She's extremely prepared, she's hungry, she's in a great state of mind, so she's gonna do great. And even if she doesn't do great this summer, she's gonna learn so much about herself, and that information and that experience is gonna just prove so valuable for her over the rest of her career.
Can you believe that's vegan? Thank you. Ting.
How much do you got?
14. It's been a crazy level. It's been up and down. But what'd you say the secret to tournament poker is?
Basically, I was saying that you want to let go of the past. You know, when you get a big chip stack in a tournament, for example, and you lose a big pot, you're just thinking like, you were counting those chips and you're looking at your stack of 14K and you would have had 40, and you keep thinking about, man, like, I wish I had all those chips. So you're just putting your energy into the past and into that. You surrender, you let it go, and you surrender to what is, which is 14,000, 30-something big blinds. And it's very common for poker players to be attached to the past and like put their energy into that. So if you could work on that while you're playing today and for the rest of the series, I think you'll separate yourself from a lot of the competition.
This is not a pretty angle.
I think it looks great.
What about this face?
Why are you making that face? What's going on, babe?
Well, we were getting in a fight, kinda, weren't we?
I don't know, was it a fight?
It was kind of a fight. We were just like disagreeing on some things, and I was trying to say that I notice, and I think it's important for me to verbalize this right now, is one thing I know about myself is that in times where I feel stressed or worried, I can get hard and defensive. And that the truth is that right now I'm feeling really insecure right now. I even hate saying that word, you know?
Because it's not strong, because it's like a vulnerability, right?
Yeah. And I know, because I heard you say it, that like there are all these things that you wanted to protect me from when you were playing professionally and I still had a job, that poker brings up in you, which is that like, I mean, all the things are coming up where like all the fears that I walk around and pretend like I don't hear those voices, like maybe you aren't good enough, maybe everybody's laughing at you, or maybe all the people who think that you can't be good or aren't good are right. And I'm just like in that right now.
So what about this like risk everyday stuff? You know, like you talk about how important it is to risk and relationship in life, and you know, here you are risking boldly, publicly, and this is real. Like this is what it means to risk.
Well, what I know for sure in the way that I always want to live my life is that like I know that the pain of a regret, the pain of never knowing what I could really be or do or give in this world is much worse than the pain I currently feel now. And even though it's really hard, I still have like this sense, this like deep knowing that I am growing so much right now.
I think it's what people need to hear. I think it's important for people to realize that when you say risk every day, it's something that you live. It's something that you really believe in, and it's not something that you just like risk every day. I'm gonna go outside
Yay, everything's rainbows and unicorns.
Exactly.
And succeed.
It's messy. It brings up all the stuff that you don't want to look at about yourself. And what you're experiencing right now, I think, is like so beautiful, so profound, and so difficult that like sharing that with the people that are out there on this journey with you to win a bracelet and what that brings up, I think they deserve to see the everything.
Now I look kind of crazy right now, probably, don't I?
What if you brick every tournament?
Yeah, what if I brick every tournament? Then everybody will be like really laughing at me.
Well, what if you win a tournament? Then how does that change?
Well, then they'll be like, oh, she did a good job.
Really? So something you and I have talked about, which I think is interesting to look at, is that no matter what your result is, people are going to think whatever they're going to think.
Anyway.
Well, some people might think that. Some people might think, oh, it's because you have a really sweet husband who's really good at poker. Some people might just say, oh, she runs so good, like anybody can win one tournament. No matter what happens, you're still going to have people on both sides, and you can't control that. And so you might as well just focus on what you can and put your energy into what you can control.
Yeah. At least at the end of the summer, regardless of the result, I will know that I have lived in a way that I'm proud of, and that I went for it, and that I learned a lot, and that I will be a better person at the end of the summer, better poker player, regardless of the result.
Well, I just want to leave you with one thought that I'll be taking with me no matter what through the end of the summer, and that I want you to know as someone who loves you very deeply, is that you've never been here before. You've never done this before. You've been playing poker for a long time, but you've never really fully taken that big risk of putting yourself out there, playing against great players, testing what you know. And a lot of the stuff that's coming up for you
is brand new, and have some empathy for yourself and know that nobody out there goes through something hard the first time and just knows what to do, what's the right thing. That everybody has a learning curve. This is yours, and just try to have a little bit of patience and empathy for yourself, and you know, take care of yourself, give yourself some self-love. So that's all I want to say.
Alright, look who's here.
Here we are.
What's up? And look what I got. Ooh, it feels so good. Does this mean I'm gonna run favorably?
That's exactly what it's built in.